You could not have asked for a better way to close out 2025 than what my next guest did. He knocked out Brandon Royval in the first round to put himself atop the flyweight rankings. It is always my great pleasure to catch up with Manel Kape. Manel, welcome back and congratulations on an incredible win.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It feels like we do a lot of interviews, and it feels like this fight I know we talked about this fight a couple times before, so it's been a long time coming. How good
Yes,
did it feel to finally go in there and fight this guy? Because you prepared for him at least twice previously.
it was amazing. And it's been a while, Brandon Royval in my head was already being familiar, Uh, and we just like we just closed this chapter, that it was Brandon Royval. That I knew that I'm gonna win. I knew what I was capable to do to him, and I just had to show to the fans. I had to show to everyone. I had to show to the company that I'm better than this guy that you guys put me in front. That's what I was all about.
Absolutely. And listen, Manel, we know what you're capable of. You've been one of the most exciting guys in this division, the most exciting guy in the division for my money. And obviously, you got huge knockout power. But Brandon's a very good fighter. I mean, he's a dangerous guy. You know what I mean? Like when you look at his resume, I think he'd only been finished once by submission. And the fight with Brandon Moreno, he got injured. I'm not taking away Brandon Moreno's win, but he got injured in
Uh-huh.
that fight when he got finished. What was it about this matchup where you're like you knew you could go out there and put him away the way you did? I mean, you put him away very dominantly in
No,
the first round.
I just had to solve the puzzle. I just had to solve the puzzle, and I'm good to solve puzzles. And Brandon Royval, uh, he is a tricky fighter. He's a very tricky fighter. You have to be very attentive. Have very, very, very attentive, because at any moment he can land something crazy like a spin, a knee, or anything like this. He's an unpredictable fighter as well too, like me. Uh, but I I knew myself. I I have more skills. I'll be I'll think faster than him. Before he thinks something tricky, I'll think something tricky more for faster than him. So I know my brain is gonna work better than his brain, and I'm gonna get there and knock him out. This guy, I know this guy is good, but like I say, it's not underestimate him, not underestimate anyone, but they're not on my level.
Absolutely. And the win streak you're on right now, which I think it should be even longer. No offense, I thought you should have deserved the nod in that Makayev fight. But after that Makayev fight, it's almost like that fight made you so angry you went out there. Your last three opponents, you've knocked them all out. Was there something changing in terms of your mindset to just to go out there and put these guys away? Like maybe the frustration, because like it feels like you flipped a switch after that fight. Which, like I said, no offense, I felt like you won that fight. It is what it is. We moved on, but was there something just out of that where you just like I'm not going to allow the judges to get involved because you've literally gone out and knocked out every guy since then?
Yeah, definitely, I won that fight, and with the antics, if the judge was aware with the antics, I couldn't win this fight. But I move on. I was thinking like, let it go, do your job, and just give me the opportunity. I'm not gonna disappoint anyone. Uh, I will show uh, a better version from that um that like I say, that fight, it was bad. It was bad overall. Because the guy don't want to fight. I'm trying to find the fight, but it is what it is. But I have to show good momentos inside the cage to delete the the impersona for the people. That impressed what I had to the people. I have to raise, I have to show something back. It's like when I started in UFC, everything was not on the way where I wanted. Two losses, and I knew in my head I had to win in some spectacular way. That I have to raise whatever thing that I did bad. So That's what I had in my mind right now. I had to put on show, do a spectacular fights, so I can raise that thing, and move forward. And I believe I've been successful on this.
Absolutely. I mean, going out and finishing a guy like Brandon Royval in the first round, I mean, you could have knocked him out in the fifth round, it would have been awesome. But to go out there and knock him out in the first round, that made exactly the statement you wanted, right? Like you knew you
And
wanted to go
that's
out there and
something,
put on a
and that's
show.
something, and that's something that nobody never did, you know, and that's something that nobody never did, and that's something that that's the statement, as you say, that's the statement.
Absolutely. Now, immediately afterwards, Manel, you called for the title shot, and you said, "Hey, let's run it quick. Let's get it scheduled." And I'm sure at this point, I'm sure you've seen Joshua Van has responded a couple times. He's like, "Let's go, let's go." The night of the fight, everyone kept bringing up Tetsuya Taira, and I'm sure you have respect for him. I have respect for him, but did you notice, like in the last couple of days, it's all been you and Joshua Van. Like that's all anyone is talking about. Like it seems like this is the fight to make now. Everyone, like Joshua Van wants this fight.
Yeah, that's the fight we have to make. There is no room, there is no space here to tattoo the title. Uh, I even, I even sometimes love when people talking about tattoo the title to compare, to what he did, for what I did. You know, not even no comparison. I should like we can end this conversation like this. I just beat the guy that beat you. You know,
100%.
so this can be like this. I just beat the guy that beat you, that put the only loss you had was this guy, and I finished this guy on the first round, you know, that, and that's it. That's the narrative, you know, uh, that I can use. Why you deserve better than him? Yeah, of course. I just knock him out, the guy that finish you, that beat you in 5 rounds, and I finish him in the first round, and I'm in the rankings. I'm better ranking than you, you know.
Yeah.
So there is no conversation. There is no room. There is no space for this. If someone say that he deserve a title fight instead of me, he's just a hater. He just don't like me. He just don't want to see me succeed. That's the only thing. Even if you don't like, you have to be true to yourself. You have to be true and give to the people to the credits where they deserve. You can hate me, you can don't like my style, my attitude, uh, my thing. You can hate it, but you cannot deny the skills. You cannot deny the this guy have the credits. you know it's like someone say that I don't have a power punch. It's just a hater. you know
100%. 100%. Now, let me ask you because I know before the fight you had talked about Joshua Van, and listen, it was a freaky situation what happened to Pantoja, but we know Pantoja is going to be out for a while. We still haven't heard what the full extent of his injury is, which tells me he's not going to be coming back anytime relatively soon. And I know you got respect for Pantoja, but what do you make of Joshua Van? Because obviously that seems like it's going to be your next opponent. I know he wants it, you want it. So what do you make of Joshua Van just like as an opponent?
I, I I see Joshua as a punch bag. To be honest, Damon, I see Joshua as a punch bag. For my fight camp, I think I only have to go to the gym and punch the bag. That's the fight I'm gonna have, a hard punch bag, where I'm gonna land whatever I want. Of course, this punch bag is gonna throw something, but I'm gonna avoid. If even Brandon Royval, this is a guy with a lot of volumes, um, um, a lot of speed, didn't throw anything on me. Ain't gonna be just a one that's gonna land anything. I'm gonna avoid all these punches, and I'm gonna beat my punch bag. That's the fight that's gonna be. That's the title. That's the title in the news. Joshua Van's gonna be the punch bag of Manel Kape.
I love it. And listen, styles make fights, and I know like Alexandre Pantoja, a very dominant grappler, and that's part of the game. You've got grappling, you've got wrestling, but stylistically, Manel Kape versus Joshua Van. That to me feels like when we get excited about like when Max Holloway fights, when Dustin Poirier would fight, when Justin Gaethje would fight. Like, you just know it's going to be awesome. Like it may be a first round knockout, but it's going to be an awesome first round knockout. That's kind of the feeling I get with this fight, right? Like that people would get excited about this one.
Yeah, but that's kind of feel, but with more IQ on my side, more IQ in my side. Um, I don't think there is so many fighters that do they think the way I think and I to move the way I move. Yes, it's gonna be a banger. It's gonna be a banger, but with a beautiful violence. It's not gonna be a brawl like he did with Brandon Royval, because this fight, of course, for the fans was good and everything, all in all aspects, the brawl, and the punch in the face. But this was a very dumb fight. Was like they show a lot of holes in the game. They get hurt for nonsense. Yes, it's gonna be a banger the fight, but it's gonna be a banger because I'm gonna destroy him. I'm gonna punch the back. It's gonna be like this. It's gonna be uh terrific. You know,
Yeah,
and the
you
fight.
don't want you don't want a fight of the night. You want a performance of the night.
Yeah, of course, it will be like when we get there to the fight, people don't understand. It will be the same way in Brandon Royval. People always think that it's gonna be a competitive fight. No, it's not gonna be a competitive fight. The matchmakers, when they see me fight against Joshua Van, they'll think what we did. We throw this kid to to the hell. We throw these kids to the hell. It ain't gonna be a competitive fight. For the who's think that's gonna be a competitive, it ain't gonna be a competitive fight. And I'm gonna destroy him. And badly. The competition is gonna be tremendous difference of levels, and that's what's gonna happen. My
And
my
I
word.
know and I know you said afterwards, like you're ready to book this right away. I know Joshua said, I think Houston, but I think realistically probably not going to happen just because they've already announced the main event and things for that card. But can I ask you this, Manel? Because I know mid-February starts Ramadan,
March
and I know a
8th.
lot.
March 8th. Let's go March 8th.
So, are
March
you
8th.
okay? Because I know a lot of fighters don't like to fight during Ramadan. Are you okay fighting during Ramadan?
March 8th. That's the date. But I don't mind to fight in Houston as well. I don't mind to be uh I tired of main event. I know this not happen, but I don't mind this. For me, all I matter is fight for the belt. You know, if it's a main event, it's gonna be beautiful. And we can treat. You know, UFC can change, can put Strickland on a co-main event, and me as a main event in Houston. But it's gonna be beautiful. It's work as well too. It's not that they are not something that they cannot change. They can change. So
Yeah.
February looks beautiful to me.
I love it. I love it. Can I ask? I know a lot of on Saturday night, a lot of people were talking to you about Japan. We've talked about Japan. You were a massive star in Rising when you were over there. But can I ask, what do you make of Kyoji Horiguchi coming back to the UFC? And it feels like 2026 feels like it could be the perfect Manel Kape year. You win the title, then you get the revenge against Pantoja, then maybe you get the revenge against Horiguchi. It feels like that would be like the perfect year,
Yeah,
right?
it sounds a perfect year, and it's good that he came to the UFC because he bring more skills as well. He bring the quality. The quality is a tremendous fighters, and I'll get there my revenge. It's gonna be a perfect year. You know, I'm glad that he's here in UFC. You know, I'm really happy.
Yeah. I know, like, I mean, it's been so long since you fought Horiguchi. That was so, it feels like a lifetime ago, but obviously it's a loss, and I know you'd like to get that one back.
Of course, I was young. I was young in that time. I was training, no skills, but I was training in Africa with one person there, no resource, and this person was training with me, even didn't have any MMA fights, only have the wrestling tournaments, and I was using my cousin as a trainer for we fight in Japan with someone that have all the sources, you know. He had all the big team, you know and fight with someone that was not resourced and younger in 2017. The things got changed. You know, things have changed. I got older, I got resource, I got better, I got team, I got professional, you know. And right now things is different, you know. The thing is different. It's so different. If I make it difficult life in that time with no resources, you know, we go toes to toes in till the third round. Imagine right now, you know.
Yeah.
So that's all I can say. But good for him.
And you know, I'm sure you remember this, Manel, because we've talked about this a lot. We do our predictions of like who's going to be champion at the end of the year. And I know I've told you this story. The last 2 years, I picked you to be flyweight champion, and just bad timing and injuries and things have happened. So once again, here we're going into 20. I feel like I feel like my bet is finally going to come true. My pick is finally going to come true. So did I just map out the perfect 2026 for Manel Kape, beating Joshua Van, becoming champion, Alexandre Pantoja, Kyoji Horiguchi? Did I just map out the perfect 2026?
That that's what was in my mind all the time. That was writing. That was something that I want so much. That was so much. It's gonna be the year of revenge. You know.
I love it. I love it. Well, I'm just glad, like, to see you go out there and get that knockout. It was such a tremendous fight. By the way, congratulations on the bonus. Always nice to
Yeah.
have some extra money going into the holidays and things. And obviously, incredible knockout. And now it just feels like a matter of time. Like, it just feels like it's just a matter of when the UFC wants to book
Matter of
this
the
fight.
time. Yes, it's just a matter of the time. It's just a matter of the time. And 2026, I think it's gonna be the year. I'm not gonna make a plans, you know, because when we made plans, sometimes don't go the way we want. Of course, we know what we want, but we leave this in God's hands, and we wish for the best.
Absolutely. Well, I feel like I'm saying I feel like my prediction is going to come true for 2026. I've had it the last 2 years. I feel
I,
like I'm going to get it this time.
I hope so. I hope so. Hope so.
Well, Manel, congratulations again on closing out the year in spectacular fashion. Enjoy the win. I know you've got some family time. I'm sure you're going to enjoy some family time with your kid, and obviously, I'm assuming you're probably just going to be right back in the training camp because we talk February, March. You're going to be right back in there getting ready to fight for that
Yes,
title. But thank you for the time as always.
of
Congratulations again on
course.
the win. Cannot wait for 2026. And I'm telling you, when you win that title, your first message is going to be for me saying my prediction finally
Definitely,
came true.
definitely, it's gonna be. Definitely, it's gonna be.
I love it. Manel, thank you as always for the time.
Thank
We'll
you so
talk
much.
soon.
I appreciate it. Talk to you
All
soon.
right.